It had a really great sense of style. The production quality was quite high. It had a really great approach towards lighting, and I thought that there was a combination of sort of very intimate feels with the characters, the lead actress and lead actor in bed, or the dynamic with their romantic relationship, and sort of dynamics at scale with other images and other sequences in the piece that sort of gave sort of I thought created a precursor to what you would end up seeing in the closing sequences. So I thought there was a sort of very detail oriented and controlled approach to setting up the last set piece with the bees and him coming to go find the woman. And I thought that it ended up working well because it had a good sense of pacing and timing to get to that ultimate moment that gave the piece a sort of a very like ethereal cosmic feel that I thought worked well. So I liked the sense of mood and style at the core of the piece, and I just thought that in general the production value almost in every aspect, the music, cinematography, editing really created a cohesive idea that I thought gave a sort of an original stylistic angle that I thought predicted or sort of created a foundation for what would be a bigger concept.
The element of flashbacks in this makes you wonder, what are the flashbacks and what are just his imagination, or what is his created reality, or just, things that he wants to happen. And he wants answers clearly, and he goes to extremes to get them. She tells him she loves him, she's pleading for mercy. Um, and there seems to be this confliction of, this is what I wanted to hear all along, but is this really true or not? The bees swarm around him, becoming one with him. And I wonder if the bees represent his growing hysteria, the feelings that he has inside himself. Because when you think of bees, you do think of like it's an intensified, loud, buzzing, um, and they only seem to calm once he calmed. So I was curious if that was the reasoning for the bee surrounding him in that way.
I liked the way that the filmmakers did their special effects, like how they did the text messaging and what they did with the bees at the end. I also thought that they were really, really clever with their story, too. The twists were there. It had great acting on everybody's part. And it was a story that was relatable, too. So I really liked that. And the music that they chose was absolutely perfect.
This was intense. It's going back where you don't really know if they're in a virtual world or a real world, but it's quite clear that this guy's not fully there. He's mentally unstable, that he's chasing after a girl after what seems to be a one-night stand, thinking it's a girlfriend, all because she sent a text afterwards. Clearly not the stablest of guys. But this plot was really well executed. The sound effects were amazing, with the bees humming where it kind of shows his mental state. It's it was really, really well done.
It's a very twisty concept, and yeah, the two main actors did a great job, and you just didn't know where they were coming from, where they were going, what was going to happen. Cool effects with the bees and everything. So yeah, it was a nicely written script and was what nicely executed, was well shot, nicely edited and paced. Really good score, very effective. So yeah, I know it was yeah, really cool concept all around.
One of the things I wrote down that I liked a lot was the wide shot in the barn of the two of them in the barn. Just thought that was visually really cool looking. The special effects and the visual effects were really cool. I liked them a lot, and I really liked the makeup and hair in this. Performances were really good. Thought it was interesting in the sense that because I felt like she was making really bad choices as far as, going with these guys who obviously just wanted something from her that wasn't healthy and it was toxic. So for some reason, she didn't feel worthy of this sort of nice guy over here who really was into her. And she seemed into him too, but just didn't feel worthy of that type of relationship. This is what I took from it anyway. And then he became really obsessed with her and losing her. And so from what I understood, he killed her, kept her captive and then probably killed her. Whereas if she had maybe made the choice of him to begin with, it makes me wonder what that relationship would have been like. Would he have been triggered anyway and still kind of gone off the deep end, or was that all triggered just because she didn't choose him? So I thought it was very interesting, well acted, good production value.